Very slow on the beginning here. Complexity with the T side. Nice find from Hades. That is P250 raid boss taken out quite early with the aggression there. Really looking good then in that sense. Oh, Doto does the damage, doesn't quite find the frags. It's Spinks to help him out, so they do retain the man advantage, but it's a little panicked. The fade away. Absolutely beautiful from Spinks, and now into the 4 versus 2. Looks very, very difficult. They've got the rotations in. More than ready for this right now. However, coldzera and Esatag, trying to frag a piece. They need more than that, of course. It does come down to just the 2, but it felt like Ence, that was their round from the get-go.
Yeah, indeed, really only HE remaining here, so barring any great entry frags, it's going to be tricky, but here they come in. 2 1Ds, JKS and BlameF, 1 apiece. That's one way to open up a bomb site. Smokes isolating out these positions. At the moment at BlameF and JKS. Taken down is BlameF. coldzera, though, another 1D and leaving Daicha alone in the ring where all his teammates have gone off to. They've met their end with the Deags, and there you go. 4 1Ds in a row. No missed shots on the Deagles.
They know there's some presence in towards the bathrooms. There's actually presence on either side. JKS has crept up. Hades has got a bit of an idea and will peek out the perfect time. Meanwhile, Spinks finds his kill from long. Will get traded, but surely got to be enough. The ragdoll of Esatag sent into next week. Alu, the only one left against 4. Great response here from Ence.
Only a few seconds remaining, so clearly Alu will be going for the save. Going to be important to make sure he doesn't die after time. Snappy still committing to this off angle here on short. And Dotto again thinks about playing real close to this monster smoke. Snappy was flashed in for an information play. Dotto's taken down. Snappy is only on 8 HP. Snappy got 1 bullet and he is down. Flashbang is nice, but coldzera finds the frag. Only Hades on the bomb site. Gets the first. Dancing around behind default. And jumping up, coldzera is going to take down the author in Hades. Spinks. One reply to kick off with playing from heaven. Checking the left side. And there he can come through the smoke. coldzera can't capitalize. Only Alu now. Jumping up above it. And Spinks finds a nice one-way. That was a huge 1-on-2. And not built up at all. 4 on 5 then for Ence. Still playing very passive here on the bomb sites. They're not thinking about making any extreme information play as the exec starts to come in. Dotto under a little bit of pressure. Nades raining in the H. So much damage actually in Esatag. Sweeping around the bomb site. Daicha falls, leaving just Dotto. Hades can rotate in. There is no heaven smoke for the moment, so he's allowed to take duels. Actually, the T-side's getting really stalled out here. Snap as well finds another. Dotto, how on earth has he found a frag from this barrel's position? Only now is he being cleared. And that lack of a heaven smoke is the killer in that round. Hades given way too many opportunities. Another annals in the tail of the squid matchmaking experience. Popping at the monster Daicha, full white, and Daicha's had a really tough map. That one's not going to help. Aggressively out of short his Esatag. He catches Dotto. And just like that, from a man advantage and lots of map control, they find themselves man down. Man on the right-hand side here. And Esatag, Hades trying to work his way in, but his teammates falling. Spinks might have the trade, but such good positioning. So that's going to be a round for complexity. A much-needed round. A little bit perplexing because Ence had the entry but couldn't quite get the rotates off in time, and Daicha was just caught alone with his pants down, and what can you do when you're full white in that position?
And of course Alu is, not technically part of the team, but he is for now. So we'll see how that goes. To be honest with you, bit weird of course, but another bit weird hit coming in towards this B bomb site. They have not checked out that monster area. Here comes the side swipe though. Finally late into the round, somehow able to pull it back to a 2 versus 2. I thought it was going to be a disastrous round from Complexity, to be honest. Up shot hits. Alu going to get caught here planting. Doesn't even get the bomb down, so not really able to keep them at bay. It's Spinks that finds the first. The AWP is now here. Oh, and this looks scary. Doto with the off angle will be traded out, but he's created enough space, surely. BlameF, he does find a couple, but that is all she wrote. Ence, they convert to find 7. And it looks like Ence are really picking up steam here. Very, very scary stuff as they find another opener. And another opener. Like, they are not stopping right now.
Yeah, he's so proactive as well, and Spinks on another flashbang, he peeks out. Makes it a 3-piece for the round. Hades already has rotated in to pick up this connector position, and...
There's no time.
Oh, no.
Aye. I don't even know whether if he'd have made it across there, whether he would have had time.
For the Complexity squad, grouping up outside the monster. The flashes are soon to be raining in. Deitch has already found one, though. That's going to alleviate a lot of pressure from that short position. Dotto also chiming in, and the B hits have had a reasonable amount of success in the last few rounds, but this time might be a result. But considering next round is last, maybe going to look to try and save a weapon. 5 alive. Mirage, Inferno, where you can do it more on the fly, perhaps, and maybe that's the complexity you were thinking with this one. Clearly, though, it hasn't worked out. Alu does not look comfortable on this T side, and they're paying the price for it right now as every round seems to go the way of Ence. Not this one, though. Was a 4-4, but 2 fast frags. 4-2 now.
Instead, they'll stand around and they will push in towards A. Still have the numbers advantage, still very ready for it, and D-Har broken spray down, JKS.
Blame he's going to be spotting a few of those players. Double long push, actually, from Complexity. So, plenty of duels happening in this particular area. Still a player on the left-hand side in coldzera. He might not be clear. Jumping out, actually, though, is Spinks. And still coldzera, despite the jumping player, being able to do a lot of damage. And obviously, plenty of information for his teammates. I'd like to see more of those Complexity players moving over. It looks like S-Attack might be going for a little bit of an information play, but Blame F
waiting for the bomb plant to come through. They're really not giving them anything at all. 15 seconds left, you know, and they're going to try and go for the plant in towards the backside of the site, but that backfires as Blame F pushes forwards, drops D-Har. Hades the next one to fall. So 6th round for Complexity.
And that essentially led Ence to a very tough start to their first half campaign. 1 frag for the moment. Hades has found a little bit of ground, but coldzera on the FAMAS has an easy time of that one. So hopefully for Complexity's sake, then keep these numbers alive. That would be nice from the economic perspective. Alu, again, not going his way today, is it? Dropped in the end is Snappy, so...
They do have the player in the bathrooms. They're somewhat aware of that. Blame F, though, still able to creep in just before the smoke goes down. On plant going to come in. Or on 2 directly on the A-bomb site. And then, of course, we have this lurking presence of Snappy, which is just all D-Har and Hades are going to be waiting for. Smoke goes down. Awkward little fight. coldzera to come out on top of it. Snappy has to go huge. Absolutely. A bit of info to work with. Alu, though, watching behind. He knows that something is up. coldzera takes out Hades and Complexity fine 9.
Yeah, a huge round for them, of course. Ence, they got up onto the bomb site in a...
Snappy will trade back JKS. Still a lot of bodies to deal with. Oh, coldzera trying to get the timing. Not going to work for him. S-Tag's there for the trade, though. That drops the bomb and forces the hand somewhat of the Ence side of things. And, of course, still got the man advantage. Hades is also on 1 HP. Blame F will take him down. A little bit of insult to injury with the AWP bullet. It's all going to be onto Snappy, though. Awkward smokes all over the shop. We'll get the flick there. Beautiful stuff. We know this man's pretty good in a clutch. Made a name for himself. Not going to go for that option, though. The AWP's trying to break their way in. It's so awkward when you get into close proximity. Snappy with the flick. That's absolutely ridiculous. And if we can secure this, it would be insane. 3 crisp headshots from Snappy to clutch up for Ence. Oh, man. Again, Complexity.
They're going to sit in the smoke, and oh, God, this could be a meat grinder from both perspectives. Both of those CTs going down. coldzera left alone. He gets the first 8 HP to his name, trying to dance around the pillar. Does his best in that situation, but Daichi in the flames can still find the frags. Free for him and Alu. He's forced back by the nades. He's going to have to save as Ence are going to make it to 14 rounds.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? And I think D-Har's able to find these rounds kind of out of nowhere.
Not
Is it?
Brilliant. It should have been. The trade doesn't come in the end. So 4 and 4 players grouping up outside of Monster now. Nate's coming up for JKS. That should delay. They're going to work around. They're going to come in front of the Molotov. Bowser's mollied out, and S-Tag they line up for him. Can he get the ace? Can he get the ace? That's the question now.
He's after it. Looks like he will. And indeed, he does. Maybe a moment that Complexity need. Only losing the one player. Big ace coming in from Esatag and Ence showing.
Far from making it. It's been the first round for a while. They've taken a lot of map control. Snappy may fall. But Blame F, he's got another wall. He's going to take down Daicha. Frags on B from Dotto. This is a really chaotic round, and the bomb is still in T-spawn, so it's safe to say there hasn't been a mid-round call yet.
Oh, tracking each other here. This is so awkward. It's Hades to find it, though. Could be the frag that really makes a difference in this game. Esatag trying to creep in, hoping he wasn't going to be spotted, but it's not going to happen. Whoopsie daisy, as they say. So we're all good. However, push coming in. There's no time to waste, it looks like, Alan. Esatag will find the first and the second. AK retrieved here by JKS. Be taken down a little bit low. coldzera and Esatag have both fallen, so it looked good for a second. They might have gotten a little bit overzealous. JKS somehow, 25 HP, able to spin around and keep them in it. Will go down as Spink spots him on the edge of the smoke. 2 versus 2, though, looks better than you would have ever expected at the start of this round. And, of course, the FAMAS has pushed in. Ali with a great angle here to cut them off.
Slowly creeping their way in for the moment. It is a right IP for the T side here. And Alu, he can't connect. Huge frag from Daicha. Blame F, he does recover an AK. Are they going to clear Blame F before tapping the bomb? And he picks a great timing to peek out initially. 1-on-1 now. So that's good nades as Spinks. Blame F is going to reposition. Bomb is being planted. Blame F, he swings wide on the tap. Now they follow each other. Around the pillar. Spinks peaks. Domes the opponent. Complexity lose. And considering they won the reset round. Map pick of their opponents. They've chosen to start on the CT side. Top connector smoke coming down. Looks like. They're going to push all the way in. Blame F playing around Ninja. He's going to find one, but quickly traded out. Still a player lurking in through underpass in Hades. So half his bomb gets planted. That'd be a great plant for Hades. As long as these Heat players play each other well, it's very tough to crack this crossfire nuts. 3 players coming in from CT. JKS does find the first, but with no body armor on coldzera and Esatag. If they take any duels here, it could be really problematic. Smoke on towards the bomb. Hits on coldzera. He's on it right now. He's still sticking it for the moment, and he's going to fall. So, made a fairly good go of the retake for Ence. I think he'll be okay. I think the CT side will be reasonably easy for them, where Orcas in general are going to call around themselves. All they need to do is tell Alu on this particular set round what to do. So, I'm not too worried on the CT side. I think T side, they might have a few more issues. Early take coming out from Ence. Lost the player already. Bombs still trapped towards Tetris. And for the moment, Complexity, they're set up pretty well as long as this flank doesn't do huge amount of damage. And indeed, it seems to be doing so. Snappy finds a frag. Dotto with another 2. And the defense just falls apart. Scrib looking so good for Complexity. But Ence, a little bit too strong.
Yeah, there's signs. Unfortunately, the overall looking way, way better from Ence in these early rounds. And this is one of the things I think maybe less so than Dust 2. But Mirage is a map that if you just cannot get your fingers in, you know, you can't get a grip anywhere, you're just going to go tumbling down the entire time. And it's very, very hard to recover back, especially when you're losing moments like that. A little bit of a jump, peak, or whatever from Hades. And oh, Esatag going to take a lot of damage. Will actually get finished off. We've got Blame F here. Needed to find that kill. coldzera on the hop in this position. We all know it. And it seems he's tapping in a little bit to that glorious moment all those years ago. That's still pretty nice. Not quite the same, is it? But a huge 3K coming in leaves it all in the hands of Diha. Relaxed. Have a little bit of a check of all the angles. Try and catch someone. Or with the timing, with an aid in hand. But JKS is the one that catches him. Complexity, they pick up their first.
Smoke is far from perfect, actually. A bit of a gap on that left-hand side. Flash comes out for JKS. Peak for the moment. Now he does. Nice frag there onto Daicha. He can fall out in Complexity. This looking much cleaner than how this half started.
Yeah, they have managed to turn things around. Indeed, awkward fight there for Blame F. He does a lot of damage. So you'd say that trade-off could be worth it. It does depend, though. Snappy looking to take some advanced positions here. Going to lose his teammate in the form of Hades. Spink's able to find one, but again, it's a lot of damage taken. JKS, not going to go down. And that's kind of a big one, to be honest with you. Spinks now, they know where he's at, and he's very trapped in, yeah. Alu got his head pinned to the back wall. Complexity in for 2. But it's not quite presenting itself just yet. Tags here or there. There you go. Alu going to be the first to strike in for the CT side, and all the smokes have gone down. There's none left to replenish them. Another kill for Alu. Dihar going to try, and indeed calls the bluff. Hold comes in. He had a little bit of cover to work with, but even then it could have been a double peek, you know, into a 2 versus 1, essentially, because the other player's planting the bomb. But the patience for Complexity seems to be paying off. All onto Hades. Up against 4. Misses the first shot and takes a tag for his trouble. Give the round away as Complexity. They string 3 together. This is looking a lot better than it did in the early rounds and also towards the tail end of Overpass. A bit more proactivity once again. It's what we wanted to see from Complexity a little bit more of on Overpass, and they started, you know, some of the rounds on their CT side especially did have it. Just started to fall apart. This has got it in spades right now, and it really is paying off. Yes, Ence will break into the A-bomb site and get the bomb down, but it has cost them 2 players. They also have a lurking presence on the backside, I believe, from Dihar here. Somewhat being watched. So obviously timing going to be very, very important. Unfortunately, he doesn't get it. Flame F on the flank as well. Should secure the round. Not even going to be needed, though. Just there for good measure. Complexity. Another super clean round. Ence. We'll see, though. Trying to find proactivity again. They are very happy on the Cole side of things to just hold for the retake, and you can see why. Let the action come to us. Flame F with a double spray down. Esatag to find one. DR and Snappy, the only ones left. It's Snappy who's gone for the wraparound here. So DR is left by himself to try and catch a couple players off. Nearly does so. Not quite able to get it done. Snappy with the broken spray down, and surely the hold will be enough here. In the smoke as well. They were all so low, you know. There was definitely a chance maybe if he wanted to go wider, but he doesn't know that. Well, indeed, we'll see. Here we go. A little bit of something does come back in for Cole, but it's Hades again. All about him. Oh, Alu caught switching across, and finally they have been broken. Esatag, whoopsie daisy on the flash. Goes for the peak, and of course those funny ragdolls that we're seeing at the moment. Yeah, difficult. They will start to rotate back in, kind of just in time, it feels like. Dihar's angle could easily get overlooked, though. Again, the timing factor. Absolutely massive here. There it is. Alu just goes spinning round him. I think that kill might just do it. Esatag is here in decent time. Whether he can get a catch-off, okay, is another question. He will indeed manage to find Dihar. Nade going to come in here to help out a little bit. Wrong side of the bomb site. Spinks looking to get aggressive. Straight into the AWP cross. There he goes. But coldzera moved across. Oh, that's so awkward. And another kill, another moment that gives him the chance in. Snappy with that second reface, of course, to catch him off guard. Ence will find 7. Structured and competitive, I think. Just kind of moving forwards if this is going to be the life cycle of the team and where they're at. And indeed, maybe. Nice move from JKS. Unfortunately, the fire was already there. Blame F with a quick trade as well does indeed make it a bit more interesting. He's the only one at the moment, but he's still holding on. Left on half HP, will be finished. And it's the kill that Hades finds onto coldzera that might just do it. Esatag, the only one left then. Another chaotic round that Ence have created, but it looks like they are indeed going to find success. Awkward, of course, but Hades gets the timing.
He's looking to face some CT players as coldzera does make his way into the ladder room, but he's being isolated here and dropped. Alu is also felled in towards underpass, and immediately 5-on-3 scenario. Make that 5-on-2. Ence are running riots here now on the T side.
Not quite able to hit the same sort of level and keep up. Comes to defy age, which of course has been something that so many players have tried to do for so long. And indeed, they're able to keep it going. 10th from Ence.
Gain for complexity, but playing the off angle here on the Julies. Of course, seen it so much more in recent weeks. And there's a player up close and headbutting. Snappy still finds the kill. Alu has managed to lurk his way out through into towards CT spawn, but he's soon dropped, leaving this coldzera. And he can't even get up towards getting the bomb. So early frag then does indeed go the way of Daicha. He's going to fall out. Not let's give out his man advantage. Actually, JKS fully shifting out ramp. 2 huge frags before finally being dropped by Spinks over from Catwalk. Hades rotates in. try and regain some control here towards A. As their tag also falls. So complexity, they were spread out, trying to play individually. JKS did find a few frags, but the round clearly at this point is not looking like it's going to be theirs. Just Blamef remaining, 18 HP, Deagle in hand. Can't even pull off a shot.
I mean, what do you even say there, to be fair? And then he goes and kills all of them. That's... Oh, man. If they weren't already on full tilt, I think they certainly will be now, as Snappy's actually in for the chance of the ace. Not going to happen for him, but all the same, 4K by himself on the MP9. The Wild Peak also successful, and now the burst in towards the B-bomb site going to begin from short. Spinks holding for the first. Will not get taken down. How? And he keeps on fragging. Unbelievable. I called it early because I thought surely he'd be dead to rights here. Great quickscope coming in from Arlu. Fake plant indeed, but can't land the second quickscope. 14th for Ence thanks to the big man Spinks. Not looking too good. Rotations coming in from his compatriot on the other side. The player that replaced him, and maybe you can see why. Not a direct replacement, to be fair, in terms of how it all went down. But for now, on the server, looking pretty damn hot. Clean headshot to open things up here for Ence. And that one-man advantage looks pretty chunky at this point with the low HP AWPer on the opposite side. coldzera will take out Snappy. A lot more work to be done.
All the nades expended, though, for complexity. They have to find the frags here and now, because if these smokes start to fade, the duel's going to be less than ideal. Dotto's thinking about going for the knife kill. I think that paints the picture of how this series has gone after a few tense moments in the first map. So that's going to be the series.